Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Victoria and welcome to this really interesting video message lesson, however you would like to take it. So this one was a request actually from someone in the comments. I believe their username was Mumsy and they commented, please do reptilians, us like laughing emoji. And they might have been joking. If you're watching this, Mumsy, you might have been joking, but I feel that strongly that actually this needs to come through. And I wouldn't have done this. I wouldn't have, even pulled cards here or started filming if I didn't feel like this message, whatever is going to come through now, needs to come through. And I strongly believe that it's here coming through now so that it can help us break through a wall that's keeping us from transcending this dimension. And it's so funny because my last message video was a unicorn one. And in that one I was asking people to, try to be open-minded. And here I am also asking you all, try to keep an open mind during this. You probably are coming into it with some preconceived notions of maybe what I'm gonna say, maybe your own beliefs about reptilians and any kind of reptile beings. I know there's a lot of fear out there right now, and I completely understand it. I've been there too. But we must realize that even if there is, let's say, bad and good here on our planet and the whole universe, we must realize that just like some humans can be bad and some can be good, some reptilians are bad and others can be good. Just like how some Pleiadians are good, some Pleiadians are bad. Yes, if any of you are Pleiadian and this is your first time hearing that might come as a shock. There are bad Pleiadians out there. There's probably let's say negative versions of any being in any race, because we're also different, and that's the point of it all, of the universe, for us to be different, to express different views and beliefs, to see it differently, and to have different ways of wanting to continue the timelines. And going from the positive and negative talk, we must also understand that, yes, this message right now that I'm channeling is coming through. My intention for it is for it to be a message from reptilians that are working for our highest good, who are of the highest good of all, who are trying to help us all, me and all of you who are part of this, I don't even know what to call it, starseed family. So that is my intention for this video. But so, I'm saying we should accept that there are good reptilians out there. We should, accept that is how it just is. There are positive reptilians and negative reptilians. But on that note, positive and negative itself doesn't necessarily have to be good and bad, like how we think of it, evil and good. It doesn't have to be like that. Positive and negative work together. They were created together. Just like we look at protons and electrons, ones who hold positive and negative energy. We're not over here saying, oh, these electrons, how dare they exude negative energy. And the protons, oh, we love them. We're fans of the protons, but we hate the electrons. We're not over here saying things like that. And I feel like this example is like a good way for us to understand how really silly this way of thinking is. It's kind of silly now that we think about it, now that our consciousness is growing and we're expanding. I understand in the past why we were thinking, you know, good is good, bad is bad, so that we can protect ourselves. But we're transcending that need of protection and survival, those instincts. We're transcending that right now. So we need to understand that both good and bad are here for a reason. They're here to create both of this, and that there is also a middle. There is, you know, a third view. And it's the third view that actually said, oh, this negative must be bad, must be evil, and this positive must be good. Like the day and the light must be good because we can go outside, we can see, and the night must be bad because it's dark. Creatures can attack us, you know, animals can attack us, and what are we gonna do? We're scared. And that's the survival instinct, and that was really important for us to survive as a species. But now we're reaching the point where we can push through that. It's like a wall that we need to, you know, break through in us, because it's keeping us from really transcending. Really, I think that's the main word here, transcendence, and trying to transcend it. And yes, I think I've spoken enough about that. So I hope, you know, I started something in your head right now where you can start thinking about things differently if you're still hung up on, but these people are bad, they're doing bad things. Well, they're probably thinking, oh, these people, they're good, they're doing good things, I don't like that. And we're thinking, yeah, I don't like that, what they're doing. But if both sides keep thinking that same thing and fighting, we're never going to, again, transcend. We're never going to get out of this position that we're in right now. We're just going to end up falling on our face, and it's going to have to restart all again so we can try again. So we need to understand that we should not be fighting for survival. We can survive. We will survive just naturally, just trusting and believing in ourselves and in our higher power and our higher selves and in just the universe. Just oneness, the creator, the one, whatever you'd like to call it, God. So yes, we need to be trusting more, and we need to accept that good and bad are here, and they're not evil and good. Both are, they're just being. Just like we are just being. We're here. We're existing and we're doing our jobs. And peace, it's why we're here. To create peace and teach everyone else outside the same thing. That you don't beat something. You don't, it's just even the thought of beating something, beating the darkness. Even that thought in itself is not helping us, because we don't need to beat it. We can just be, and we will just transcend it naturally. I hope some of that makes sense, and it is not too triggering to some people. And I'd like to look at the cards that we got through, because what I asked for here is lessons that we can learn from the reptilians, who most certainly, like all other beings, can teach us a lot. So let's see what cards came through. We have the King of Swords, the Star, the Judgment, and the Death card. And the World. How did I forget that one? So, quite an interesting bunch here. It really feels like this King of Swords is coming through here to help us break through, just like I was saying, break through the wall. We already have these beliefs set in us, and these beliefs are coming from our ancestors, from the people we listen to, the people we hear things from, and sometimes these beliefs can be limiting us. So in a sense, believing that darkness is super bad and we need to beat it is limiting us. because we're fighting. And we don't need to fight. The more we fight, the more we'll fall down. It's just like being in quicksand. The more you move around, the more faster that you're gonna, go down. But if you just relax, maybe you'll have a chance of someone rescuing. Yeah. So I feel like he's really coming through here to have this like liberation of the mind. It's the liberation of the mind and the again, transcendence. It's just really coming through with the star as well, and just all the cards here. Really, it feels like we need to trust and allow that part of us to die. Allow that part of us to die so that we can end the cycle. End the cycle of constantly fighting for survival. End the cycle of constantly needing to do better, to be better. End these cycles so that we can start anew. Because now in the coming years is when so much of the energy that we will need is going to be coming through to us. Of the energy that we need to start this new world, I guess, that we want to create. And if we're not open, if we're still being held back by limiting beliefs, and our minds are still, clogged up, our crown chakras are clogged up by limiting beliefs and not letting more of that light in, we can't help, not ourselves and not the world. So it's really important to think about not just this limiting belief about darkness and reptilians, but also all your other limiting beliefs, and somehow try to get through them. Try to organize them. Maybe try to start changing them so that you can be more open. And yeah, because we all are here, humans. We all have DNA that comes from the stars, all of us. But we all have DNA and parts of us that come from the reptilians as well. Something I saw and heard before I drew the cards was that we need to start accepting that part of us that comes from the reptilians. And when that was being relayed to me, I could feel the energy in my lower chakras, let's say sacral, root, maybe a bit of solar plexus too, which makes sense if you think about the kundalini energy, which would go from the root to the top. It's a lot of times depicted as a snake coming up. So that's where it starts. That's where we have that energy from them. And that's most likely why a lot of us have trouble with grounding, with bringing our manifestations to life, because we're not grounded. And we're not grounded because we're blocking ourselves from fully accepting ourselves and this part of us that is in these chakras. So once we release the limiting beliefs, once we release a lot of trauma as well, that is when we're going to start opening up to the new cycles, to more newness. Don't be scared of death. Death is natural. Death of like a human, and death of also your ego, and like a spiritual death as well. We are being guided here with this judgment to get to this place. That's why I felt so strongly that this message needs to come through, no matter what people think about it when it does air. Let's see what other cards came through as well. So we have the breathing rose, heart healing emotions, connection time uses. Really not surprised this card came through, because like I said, it's healing a lot of the trauma, paying attention also to your emotions and breathing through everything, breathing through the good and the bad. Know that with breath you can help yourself to get through anything. If you're feeling like you're in a fight or flight situation, like, oh my God, I'm really stressed or anxious, when you breathe, you help yourself relax. You help all of that disperse. You help yourself become in a more clear state. So breathe through the nose. Make sure that you're breathing deeply into the diaphragm or the belly if you prefer that. But breathe. Breathing it's part of life. That's, breath. Even breath. It's kind of helping us stay alive, but also it's like the endless fight. We're breathing the air so we can survive. Anyway, after the rain as well, silver lining, relief, hope, mercy, it's over, acceptance. Accept this, accept, I guess, this message. Accept this part of you. Like I was saying, accept it. It's there. It's part of you. It's part of every single one of us. And there's a reason we have DNA from all of these beings that we think of as so good and these beings that we think of as so bad. Because we are like the tools for the universe to unify all of that. If we can unify it, come to acceptance and come to accept it and accept ourselves and transcend, again, this dimension, this reality, then the whole universe will see that there is no need for war. It's like we're like a tool to end conflicts, because it's like, if you think about it as like an experiment, it might not be, it might be, but if you think about it as an experiment, like all of these beings put into one, let's see, can they actually get along together? It's like putting two kids completely different together, seeing if they can get along. They start fighting. Well, how about if you put them together into one child? And it's like so dualistic, but can it come into harmony? It like sometimes it feels like it likes to play with others. Sometimes it feels like it wants to be alone. And these two parts of it are constantly fighting. Like, should I talk to people and be with others, or should I be alone? And it's constantly fighting, and it's finding that balance. I hope that example helped make sense of things. But once we accept and come to terms with everything, we will really see the silver lining as well. We'll really see what we were taught by all of these beings, by reptilians and everyone else. Because everything around us, everyone is teaching us something. Breath of the cosmos. Again, about breathing, and interesting that they're right next to each other here. My will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. I feel like this card usually comes through with the message of stop micromanaging everything. Stop thinking about every single thing. And I feel like here it's coming through to say, just breathe. If you feel fear, just breathe into it. Feel it, ask it why it's coming. And use the intelligence within you to answer your own question. You can answer that question. Once you answer the question of why this fear is coming, you can use this intelligence within you to basically console yourself and tell yourself it's okay. I don't need to be scared of this. There's no need to fear this. And again, breathing in. It's like breathing is also part of accepting this consciousness of the universe and this intelligence of the universe. The air also holds so much intelligence and codes. Everything is alive. The 7 star sisters. Not surprised I actually accidentally was talking about Pleiadians. Like, if you guys are Pleiadian, there are bad Pleiadians out there. But yes, the 7 star sisters, if you guys didn't know, are also known as the Pleiades. birthing creations, breathing creations. That's an interesting one to read. It has, as you breathe, you create. Interesting. Tapestry of life and expression. So everything is a creation. We are creations. Like I'm saying, every single being is a creation. It's part of the big creation. Everything that we make and create is part of a creation. And even our thoughts and words are creations in of themselves, even if we can't, you can't see when I speak, you can't see me, like see my words coming through my mouth, you hear them, but they're also a creation of me. And I am a creation of a bigger creation and a bigger creation, and then we all end up going to the one, and we're all here to create our own reality, to create our own lives. So it's important to understand that we're creating all the time, and just most likely unconsciously. And it's time to start being conscious of what you're creating with your thoughts, with your beliefs, with your words, with everything that you do. No matter if you're actually creating a physical thing or if you're just thinking, you're still creating with that thought. Remember that. With your beliefs, you're creating your life. If you have the belief still of, I need to work hard, otherwise I won't accomplish anything. That's a really common belief that is in everyone, like most everyone. If you still have that, you're going to keep working hard. No matter how much you hate working hard to get something, you're going to keep doing it because it's basically your belief. It's running your life. And unless you work hard, you're not going to achieve anything because it's your belief, and you're creating this world where, with your belief, you're creating this world where, well, if I don't work hard, I'm not going to achieve anything. So I hope that makes sense. And again, if you believe that there's reptilians out there oppressing you, and they're trying to rule the whole world, and they're so bad, they're oppressing us, etc., then you're going to be oppressed. You're gonna be controlled. But if you open your mind and liberate it, nothing is controlling me, nothing is oppressing me. I am living my own life, my own creation. I am free. And the next step, I guess, is becoming one with your creator, with your spirit, with your higher self, so that you can co-create together. Or becoming, I guess, like the tool for your higher self, like the daughter or son to your higher self, so that you can be guided. Whatever you prefer. If you prefer to be guided, be guided. If you prefer to co-create, co-create. But to reach that, you need to release the limiting beliefs. Awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. The universe most certainly is with each and one of us. All of the intelligence of the universe is within us, and every part of it is in us. And I guess speaking so much about how we should accept that there's good and bad, that does not mean that we should just live our life, like, I'm just gonna do whatever I feel like it, and I'm sure everything will be fine. Like, we still should protect ourselves. If you especially are very sensitive, you should put up shields, and you still should be aware of things, and be aware that there are these, I guess, negative sources that might want to disrupt your positivity. And knowing that, surrendering to it, and trusting also that you're protected is important. Because just going in there and you know, going somewhere where you feel like the energy, let's give an example. Like, it's like going to a place where you know the energy is really low and the energy is really bad. Like, who knows what there is over there, that the energy is so bad. But you just go there and you're like, well, it's gonna be fine. I am, you know, Victoria told me that I should be I'm totally free. Everything will be fine. And, you know, bad isn't bad and good isn't good. And you go there and then your vibration drops too. Like, in that sense, we should still protect ourselves, and it's like honoring yourself and not going to places where you know you would, I guess your vibration would naturally drop, or like your mood will drop, or who knows what can happen. Or the same way in like food, I guess, honoring yourself and knowing that even if you eat something bad, like, yeah, it's not the end of the world, but honoring yourself in that sense and choosing the better option for you. Oh God, I hope this makes sense to you guys. If it doesn't, it doesn't, I guess. Cosmic Ruby, be a peace ambassador, practice cosmic mastery. And I was saying this at the beginning around there, that we are here for peace. We are here to create peace. We're not here to fight anymore, to survive, fight to win, fight to anything. It's time to stop fighting. It's time to stop competing. Be at peace, be here for peace. And it's interesting that it's the ruby that's on this card. Like I was saying, it's the lower chakras that hold the information and a lot of the energy, I guess, that we do have from reptilians. So being at peace with that energy in ourselves, accepting it as part of us, and using it to our advantage. Something that came through before I was filming this video was Harry Potter. So if you guys have seen or read Harry Potter, I guess, you know, he can talk to snakes. I guess he got that power from Voldemort. But that doesn't mean that he was bad. People at one point thought he was bad because, oh, he can speak to snakes. He must be, you know, there to Slytherin or something like that. But that didn't mean that, you know, he's the bad one. He actually chose to use that for good, used the way that he can connect to snakes for good. So he used that ability that came from the snakes, from the I guess, bad person for good. And even in that story, people who were on the bad side, some of them went to the good side, like Draco Malfoy, I guess. He ended up being, you know, leaving the dark side. And others too, I guess. Anyway, stop talking about Harry Potter, but the point here is that having this in us doesn't make us bad. We all hold parts of the positive and the negative within us, and integrating them and using them for good, or for the highest good of all, is what we're here to do, making peace with that part of ourselves and using it for the highest good. I feel like now it really makes sense. Before, maybe stuff didn't fully make sense, but now at least it's making more sense to me. I hope it is to you guys too. And the last card I have here is Pure Intention. Find clarity and surrender your ego. And again, something I mentioned before is surrendering that ego and allowing the higher version of you, the spirit, the higher self, the universe itself, to work through you, not the ego. Don't let the ego drive your car, your vessel. Don't let it pilot your plane. It's more of a passenger. It's there it's there for a reason. We shouldn't hate it, but it's not the one that should be operating things. We, our higher power, should be running our lives, because that's us. That's the us that knows why we're here, that knows what's for the highest good, that knows what's for our best, I guess. And yeah, it's hard to find clarity when you are stuck in some limiting beliefs and in the ego. So it's important to try to transcend that. Transcend so that you can go higher and yeah, just keep going on this journey, this beautiful journey that we're all on, to learn and to experience and to express ourselves. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end it here. This is quite an interesting video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this. I hope you don't hate me too much, people who, you know, still hate all reptilians. And yeah, I hope, you know, this helped you gain more clarity, and I hope it helped punch through this wall within you and let some more goodness in. Let more of you in, explore more of yourself. And if you're interested in a personal reading, details of how you can contact me are down below. I hope I see you in my next video. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye.